Salford Disability Forum is celebrating today's 20th anniversary. Some information for you. The Salford Disability Forum aims to create a better future for disabled people. People who have long-term health conditions and their families and friends, to develop an awareness of disability issues and the effects on individuals. When we say disabled people, we're actually talking about the environment that we live in. And that environment that disables us from participating in everyday daily life, not just our health conditions. Some people have a disability that is visible and you can see. There are others that have a hidden disability that is not able for you to see. Salford Disability Forum also aims to promote the inclusion and engagement of disabled people in Salford. And it also ensures that people can get involved in whatever their circumstances are. So we also work with disabled people, families, friends and allies to make sure that Salford Disability Forum functions. Without it being disabled-led, then that means that the true core of what we're trying to do in the city becomes a challenge in itself. We also encourage disabled people to take control of issues that may affect their own lives or within their own specific community. And it's about providing support to ensure that their voices are heard. The forum has been providing opportunities to allow people to come in and see us at drop-ins, at signposting. It's also allowed us to be able to, I think what's the better word is, a place to come in and find that connection, that hub within Salford relating to disability. So we have open forums. Through COVID that's not been possible. However, now we're kind of at one end of, I think, what would be the fifth wave of the pandemic, because cases are rising, is that we are doing lots of stuff online, and the forum have had to work in different ways to communicate and work with different people in the city. So that could be a text message, it could be via a video call, it could be by letter into us here. We're actually based next door at the moment, or through other various forms. We've also started going out into the gateways and also into cornerstones in Langworthy to be a visual presence. And if you just look behind you, there is a large banner there which is around about 6 foot tall with Salford Disability Forum on, that says we're working to create a better future for disabled people, their families and friends. We also get involved in advocacy on a one-to-one basis, providing advice and support in partnership with places like the Salford Unemployed Resource Centre. And we have campaigns in partnership with Access to All Areas, which was established quite a long time ago, I think probably before I was on the planet. So the Disability Forum actually finds a key point in being in partnerships and networks. So we work with several local organisations, both locally here in Salford, within Greater Manchester, and also feed into national organisations to make life better for people who live and work in Salford. And an example of those networks is we work with the University of Salford Research Project and work with social work students. We also work with Aspire, which is a great time as they're coming into the hall, which is next door at St George's, since May 2010, so that's over 12 years. We also work with Salford Council and the soon to change Salford Clinical Commissioning Group, who are now going to become the Greater Manchester Health and Social Care Partnership, is that right? I've got a nod. Oh, Greater Manchester Integrated Care Organisation, GMICO. Is that right? Well done, yeah, there we go. Also, we regularly work with what is now set up as the Salford CVS Disability Network, and Janet Taylor is here today. Hiya, Janet. Janet's over in the corner. Janet is the Disability Development Worker from Salford CVS to kind of help disability be more on the map and make sure that groups and community organisations are more resilient within the city. Also, I am the chair for Salford's deaf community, so I regularly come in and ask for help from the Disability Forum as a sounding board. We work with Salford Mental Health Forum, the Multiple Sclerosis Society in Salford, and also linking very much with the Salford City Council's Equality and Diversity team. We've also fed into some council policies and joint council and health strategies. An example of that will be last year Salford City Council released the Equality Strategy. We also supported Refugee Week, Disability History Month, and also we started signposting at Langworthy Cornerstone. That's a very important place to keep on your map right now. So if you've never heard of Langworthy Cornerstones, Gavin is here at the front. Put your hand up. Please pick on Gavin and ask him as many questions as you possibly can. You're very welcome. He's very, very able, because he's even passed the Andy test, which is phenomenal. So Salford Disability Forum, we've just said this is all the stuff we're doing, which means that we're actually quite busy and quite active in many ways. So Salford Disability Forum officially started in 2002 and became a company limited by guarantee in June 2007. We became a registered charity in September 2008, which allowed us to become an umbrella organisation working with other groups that were supported by Salford Disability Forum. And a few examples of that was the Deafblind Network. There was a youth forum for 16 to 25-year-olds. There was a regular strong partnership with Prince's Park Garden Centre out in Earlham to become autonomous as the Ability Cooperative in 2012. Also partnering and feeding in information to access to all areas. And also supporting places like here. This is a great space. If you've never been to this space here, welcome to St George's.
Hello everybody, nice to see you all. I'm going to read you a history of my work. The history of my work. Started work with Community Party Representative, Shared Action on Poverty, as a link worker, a deaf link worker in Salford, Manchester in March 2003. To 2013 when I retired. Worked with SDF at a volunteer to 2022. In a total, I have worked with SDF since I started working with Community Pride 5 years, Shared Action on Poverty 4 years, for a total of 18 years. Community Pride took on my employment with the support of the Year of the Disabled, which was 2003. I don't know how many of you remember that. I enjoyed my time working with Sister and Stewart. David Stratton, he was my boss. Now he's a Methodist minister somewhere in Cheshire. And I think you would know Ed Cox. He worked in the North West area. I don't have the clue where he is now because he's moving about a lot. He was a well-known man in the North West, and I don't have a clue where he is at the moment. He could type up documents all day on his laptop, pages after pages. I thought I was very good at just 1.5 pages, but he was marvellous at typing. Sister Anne Stewart was the person who introduced me to SDF as soon as I started work with Community Pride. SDF was more of a grassroots community basis. I've been in many church halls, community-based centres around Salford before SDF was registered at the Charity Commission. The first office, we had 2 rooms in Cromwell Court next door. I think you know where it is, where I wait there, just on the corner to the court, you know, where people who didn't have a lot of money, they went there, one bed After a few years, with the support of Paula Holders, when she was in social services, we obtained funding from the lottery for 3 years. Moved to St James's House office approximately 2009. We had a number of paid staff with various roles within SDF, community workers in Salford. My role with SDF was community pride employed, volunteer with SDF, a total of 18 years. SDF treasurer from retired in 2015 or 16, I can't remember now. I was director of SDF when it became a company house, and I did all the staff wages and bookkeeping. When we moved to St James's House, carried on with the wages bookkeeping when we moved to St George's Centre next door. After losing the lottery fund, we carried on doing bookkeeping, no staff wages, until 2015 or 16. I was proud to work with Geoffrey Brown, Mr. Salford Disability Forum, a woman with strong beliefs in the disability world, ensuring every disability person in Salford was spoken for before our own disability. Josie and Joe Tobin and Maureen, a few others, at the time they were dealing with Salford Council to run Princess Park Garden Centre. Josie was a 7-day-a-week worker for SDM and the Garden Centre. She and other directors had some big plans round up to extend the Garden Centre until one of the big sponsors pulled out and the deal fell through. I also ran the Blind Network from 2006 to 2017. We had approximately 20 members in the early years, closed with 5 members due to the cost of running the group, which was very sad. Today, it's a big thank you to Fairhurst and a small team within the SDF for the hard work keeping SDF on the map. We are now approaching our 20-year celebration. I hope the next generation of volunteers will keep SDF going for another 20 years. Thank you.
I have been going around with SDF since about 2003, and I've been around for a long time, and we've been doing bits and pieces all over. It would be nice for this to carry on for disabled people as whole, because there is a long list of conditions that can be had by anybody with a disability. Could be more than one condition that each person has. But for those who don't have one, they think that all of us that do ask for it, and they do not. I'd like to thank you all for attending.
The speakers, obviously, the first was Jeff, the second was Joyce. So Joyce has been the person who knows the dates of what meetings. She keeps me in line. Next thing we come to, there is to be a board and volunteer certificates presentation. I please ask Claire Roberts from Salford CDS and the very Reverend Councillor Hannah Robinson-Smith to come and present some certificates. And they are... I'll read them out again. So the first one is to our Lord and Master, which will be Albert Burt Shepherd.
Hi. Thank you very much. So it's Jessica, I'm taking a picture, alright? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
The next person is Joyce Beard.
Yeah, I'll take a picture. Okay, I'll take 2 pictures. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. One more. I'll do it with both cameras. Hopefully one of them comes out good. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Well done, Joyce.
The next person is Charlie McIntyre.
Lovely, I'll take a couple more. Let's go closer. Sorry, oh, lovely, thank you.
No, thank you, well done.
The next person is Geoffrey Fletcher.
You're getting closer to me. Right, okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll do one more. Sorry, I moved. Can I get this down? Lovely, thank you.
Oh, well done, Geoffrey.
The next one is Carol Babbs.
Right, come on, Carol. You know you love that. Carol hates having a photograph taken.
She hates having a photograph taken, but she's beautiful.
There you go, thank you.
Next person is the fabulous Kay Fairhurst.
Another one.
Called Andy. She's good. Especially and newly so, we have a certificate for Janet Johnson. So Janet is one of our newest volunteers supporting Salford Disability Forum, and she's helped with doing lots of images and graphics and other fabulous things. I think it's really important actually that when people volunteer, it's really important to value volunteers because they're giving their time, their expertise, and lots of really exciting skills that come into that whole mix that kind of shapes any organisation. So I'm going to say thank you, Hannah. You may take your seat, thank you. And I'm going to hand this to Claire. But you turn it on all the way up from the back, but I'm going to stand away. There we go. So Claire is from Salford. Just turn it off for a second. So Claire is from Salford CBS, and Claire is going to recruit you all, because you're not allowed to leave the room, to become a volunteer to help. Salford CBS, if you don't know, is the main organisation supported by Council and Health and other organisations into having part of their volunteer centre to do amazing things. And I'm going to shut up at that point and find some water and let you tell everybody.
Thank you. Oh, can you hear me okay? Yeah.
about the Volunteer Centre in CBS. We've got a stand over there in the corner, so please come and see us later and find out all about some amazing volunteer opportunities that we've got here in Salford, and help to spread the word to people who you know who might be interested in volunteering, because there's loads of fabulous benefits to volunteering as well. So come and find out more later. As I say, let people know, you know, who might be interested in volunteering, let people know about us, but also organisations who want to recruit volunteers, point them in our direction, and we'll help to raise the profile and get them more fabulous volunteers like the ones who are here today. All right, thank you.
This is Doosti's Community Dancers.
Hello everyone. Thank you very much for having me and my friends. Really, it's good feeling after a few years being part of community. Doesn't matter what is your background, your language, your culture. And now it's really good when I'm going out shopping, do shopping, bus or college or different place. I can see someone and say, hi, how are you? With different background, different language. And so it's really, I believe, valuable feeling. And so in other things that I'm thinking now, we are part of this community. When another community invited us to be part of their event, it's really, really valuable feeling. And so it's great to share our happiness together. And so thank you very much for Kay invited our group. I know many faces here, and so I'm glad that today we are here and celebration 20s this community. It's really important all people take responsibility about their well-being, their life. Doesn't matter how much, it's important to do something. And so thank you very much again. But during our dance, if you want to join us, please welcome. If not, where you are sitting, you can wave your hand and so share your feeling with us. Thank you very much.
So, Councillor Hannah Robinson-Smith.
Okay, hello everybody. I'm Councillor Hannah Robinson-Smith. I am a ward councillor in Caddy's End, Lower Earlham, on the other side of the city where the wonderful Prince's Park Garden Centre is based. But I also, following this May's election, got promoted into the mayoral cabinet team with a brief for social care and mental health. So Kay very promptly got in touch and wanted my support and asked me to, champion the Disability Forum. My role within the cabinet is to sort of support, champion and work with commissioners and anything to do with adult services, health and wellbeing, but with a particular focus on social care and mental health. So it's an absolute honour to be here and to try and build a bit of networking with people. If you feel that I can support you or you would like me to come and visit any of the amazing charities, communities, events that are happening, I would really, really love to get more involved out in the city in this new role. Or if there's anything that you think I can do to help you, it would be incredible. But yeah, it's just an absolute delight to be invited to speak and to see the community here that has been built to champion and celebrate the volunteers, and obviously especially Kay for all the hard work that all of them do. I also sit on with Jess on the Women's Commission in the city, so working to champion women's voices, to ensure that issues that specifically and particularly affect women in the city are being looked into, that we are trying to find solutions. And we work with Safia from Doosti. We work with lots of other communities and voices from across the city. We've got a consultation out at the minute, haven't we?
Do post-its.
If you want to do some post-its, Jess has got a little stand, a little table just where Andy's stood now. If you've got anything that you want to contribute to that, obviously female or self-identifying females in the audience, feel free to get involved and give us your voices. Our next Women's Commission is coming up, and we want to hear from people out in the city. We don't want to just be a little echo chamber of us. We want to, hear from you as well. Super. Thank you.
I'm going to introduce Sister and Stewart, who helped organise and set up the founding of Salford Disability Forum.
Oh, I'm so sorry I was late, everybody, and many thanks for the invitation to this wonderful occasion. Can't tell you how delighted and proud I am to be here. It seems like a long time ago that we were doing the work to set up the forum, but today, just sitting over there for a few minutes, I've met people who I worked with all those years ago, people who are still passionately committed to the work we set out to do. So I think that makes me so proud and so happy to think that it's not just a short-term thing. I think if you get engaged in the kind of work people here are committed to, you don't just give up after 5 minutes, do you? You have to keep at it and keep going. I live in Blackpool now, and we don't have anything of the services really and the things that you have really in Salford. But I'm working away with other people to try to get some of that spirit and some of those wonderful organisations in Blackpool, because we have a lot of issues that we have to face there. And as I'm rooted there now, that's where I'm trying to do good work. But I just wanted to say my work began 20 odd years ago because I was part of an organisation called Community Pride, and I'm proud to say my colleague Sarah Whitehead is here. She's one of the members of Community Pride now. Our other colleague Joyce would have been here today, but she had a connection with COVID, don't we all? So that she hasn't come today. But we've been working around community empowerment and engagement for a very, very long time. Probably myself started when I first went to work for Church Action on Poverty in 1998, thereabouts. But just to talk about the Disability Forum, and I'm very conscious of one particular person who isn't here now, Josie. And without Josie, who was literally a power in the land, I don't know how we would have achieved anything, because if anyone was a fighter, Josie was. And we miss her terribly, but again, everything that goes on today is part of her legacy, you might say. And what I would like to say is, the thing that really started us off in the Disability Forum was, for myself as a blind person, was really coming to terms with my own blindness and disability, and realising that one of the things that was happening was that we were all scattered as disabled people. We knew there were things we needed to do and we wanted to change, but we were all in our own little silos. I think one of the great things about the forum was the idea that we all came together, no matter what our disability, to work together as a sort of a coalition. And I think that had a real impact, because we weren't working on our own, were we? We joined together, and together we were a really powerful force. And some of our very early campaigns were around transport, accessibility, access to the hospital, access to public services and buildings, and so on and so forth. But that coming together also enabled further work with particular groups like my colleague Geoff, who I know has talked to you already, and I don't want to repeat good things that he will have said. The work with the deaf community, people who are deaf-blind, and other areas of disability where we were trying to encourage people, because we weren't all the same. The idea that somehow, because you were disabled, you're all the same, but we're not, and we needed not to just have a one-size-fits-all approach to change and to transformation. So I think the great thing was to work together, collaborate together, and I think we still need to be doing that as disabled people, but also to include everybody, that everybody has a voice. And those are the two things that have taken me through my life and are trying to inform what I'm involved in today in Blackpool. So it's a privilege, that's what I want to say, a complete privilege to be here today, to know that the work is carrying on, and just to have a sense that I had a small part in setting it, in getting it all off the ground, but just encouraging us all to keep going, because there's still a lot of work to do. So thank you very much, everybody.
I'm now going to gladly invite the Golden Voices Community Choir to come and sing for us. I have been reliably informed they're not only singing in English, they are also going to sing maybe in African. And this is the bit you're going to find the most exciting, because I can interpret from African to English to sign language, so this is going to be great fun for me. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. Please make lots of noise and welcome the Golden Voices Community Choir.
It's lovely to be here to celebrate 20 years of that with you, so thank you very much for inviting us. We are a choir that meets every week on a Wednesday morning at Band on the Wall in Manchester, and we're always open to new members. We're open to anyone over the age of 50 who wants to come along and have a sing. And it's not just about the singing, is it? We're a very friendly, welcoming group. It's a lovely community of people from all over Greater Manchester. And there's also tea and biscuits. So we're going to begin with a song called River of Jordan, an old gospel song. So.
I stood on the river of Jordan to see those ships come sailing over. I stood on the river of Jordan to see those ships sail by.
We do a whole range of different styles of music, don't we? And as Andy made reference to, we're going to sing a song from the Congo in West Africa soon. So there you go. Just to keep you on your toes. But this one will be very familiar. This is Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true.
This next song is from the Congo in West Africa. It's called Banaha, and it's a very playful little song.
The only one I know!
Sorry? Yes!
Yeah, I know it! We're going to tell the conversation after. Oh, I'm so excited!
Fantastic. So you might know then that it translates as, at the foot of the pineapple tree, Yaku ladles bananas into his aunt's red hat.
20 years of interpreting's not been wasted.
What do you know?
Si, do la da, Yaku singala do banaha. Si, do la da, Yaku singala do banaha. Si, do la da, Yaku singala do banaha. Banaha, Yaku singala do banaha. Banaha.
is from the film Hans Christian Andersen. The context is there's a little boy watching a caterpillar, an inchworm, crawling across the marigolds and just marvelling at how beautiful it is. And then you hear the distant sound of other children in the schoolroom doing their arithmetic in the background. So that's the scene.
Inchworm, measuring the marigolds, seems to me you'll stop and see how beautiful they are. Inchworm, measuring the marigolds, laying down their arithmetic will probably go far. Inchworm, measuring the marigolds, seems to me you'll stop and see how beautiful they are.
The next song is it's a Sam Cooke song from the 1960s, I think. Wonderful World.
Don't know much about history, don't know much biology, don't know much about science book, don't know much about the French I took. Do not I do know that I love you, no, and I know that you love me too. What a wonderful world this would be. Don't know much about geography, don't know much trigonometry, don't know much about algebra, don't know what a side rule is for. I know what I do and one is two. If this one would be with you, what a wonderful world this would be.
Thanks again for having us. Thanks for inviting us here today. The last one is an old song called Bring Me Little Water Sylvie. This came from the southern United States at least 100 years ago and was made famous by the blues singer Leadbelly.
Bring me little water, Sylvie. Bring me little water now. Bring me little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Every little once in a while. Every little once in a while.
So hello everybody. It's really nice to see you, especially my old friends from years ago. For example, Sister Anne Stewart as well. It's really good to see her. And everybody else. I know I've met some people like Sarah, and also Di Critchley, and Ben, and others. Maybe some other people's names that I may have forgotten. But I just want to say, importantly, thank you for coming, to come and celebrate our 20th anniversary, and hope to see you when we celebrate our 40th anniversary. Hope we're all still here. Happy birthday, yeah. Happy birthday to Bessie, yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear SCF. Happy birthday to you. Big breath. Wonderful.